2/5/2025. We are in the Wuzi, one of the ancient military texts out of China, placed up there with the art of war. We're on the final verse of chapter 2, which is verse 4, right before we go into chapter 3, army discipline. So let's wrap up chapter 2. Marcus Wu asks, when must an enemy be attacked? To which Wu Qi replied, in warfare, you must assess the strengths and the weaknesses of the enemy, and then attack their vulnerable points. So far, so good. Okay, makes a lot of sense. You should attack in the following situations. When the enemy has just arrived after a long journey and they have not assumed the proper formations. When the enemy has finished a meal and their guard is down. When they are on the run. When they are tired. When they do not have an advantageous position. When the weather is not in their favor. When they are in disarray. When they have just traveled a long way and have had no time to rest. When they are in the middle of a crossing river. When they are in a mountain pass or narrow road. When they are in a mountain pass or narrow road. When they are forming up. When their commanders have become separated from the rank and file. And when they are afraid. In the above situations, you should charge the enemy with your best troops, divide your men, and pursue the fleeing enemy. A swift attack is absolutely necessary. So a lot of those different situations take into terrain, formation, a lot of the different things that Sun Tzu covers in The Art of War. And although Wu Qi doesn't go in depth into detail, right, about mountain passes or crossing a river, we know these things from reading through The Art of War. And so what that means is you cannot just go with what, the one text says. In order to be a specialist in anything, you can't be a generalist in everything. So you have to make sure that you're trying to seek wisdom, seek intelligence, seek enlightenment from many different sources. Because just from reading this, we know that we don't have enough information of knowing what does it look like when the weather's not in their favor. However, if we have read Sun Tzu, it would be knowing that if the enemy was facing the sunset or would be facing the sunset, then we know that maybe around the time that the sun sets is when we should attack, because the sun will be in their eyes, all right? And the mountain passes, or when their guard is down, when the enemy has finished a meal, right? So all of these little situations, it's just, Sun Tzu even says there is no right or wrong way to do anything. It's all about the situation and taking advantage and being adaptable.